So we've had some pretty ugly experiences and pretty weird experiences, and there's certain towns and certain venues which will remain nameless.
Putin.
So yeah, a town near us which shall remain nameless.
Yeah, let's not name
We don't want to be associated with that place. But I was booked to do a gig there. It was one of my last gigs before this lockdown happened.
Yeah.
I think I had like one gig after that before the lockdown, and I was playing. It was a pretty rough. It was a dive bar. It was not good. I'm trying not to describe it using a swear word for the first episode, So I played my first set, which was 45 minutes. It was just background noise. You know, when you play one song after another and there's like no applause.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't expect applause, but it's nice when they do, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, oh guys, why are you not clapping?
No.
But it's nice when you get it. And so I played my first set. I was not impressed with it. It didn't get good vibes from the place. So I played my second set, and I was packing down my gear, and some guy was just like chatting to me. I was like, oh, I bet you get paid a lot for these gigs. I was like, oh, I earn enough to get by. Just trying to make out that I'm a young broke musician. And I was loading gear in and out of my boot, and he was following me, asking me like, oh, I bet that's a lot of money you got paid. Oh, I'd like some of that money. And then I was putting my speakers in the boot. Hello, creature. I was putting my speakers in the boot, and I turned round to close it, and he was like standing behind me, and he was like, I'd like some of that money now. So I was like, I was already like not in a good mood because it was a really, really bad gig. And he like walked forward towards me and was like, I want that money now. So I was like, oh, I wasn't really in the mood. So I turned around and was like...
whoever is in the mood to get mugged, Connor.
I was in a great mood. I was really looking forward to getting mugged that night. I actually have a sign that says, please mug me after the gig. I'm never gigging in that town again. And so I turned round to... This was probably not the best decision to make because it could have gone either way, but luckily it went in my favour. So I turned around and said, yeah, let me get out my speaker because I've got there's a little cupboard in my speaker.
Yeah.
And I said that's where the money was. So I pulled out my mic stand and just sort of held it up to him and was like, don't try to mug me because I'm not in the mood. And then he wandered off because he was drunk and just wandered down the street. He didn't even go back into the venue.
Wow.
That's the joys of being a musician, guys.
Yes.
Has that ever happened to you?
Nobody's tried to mug me.
Lucky. Oh, mate. Goals. Goals right there.
Nobody's ever tried to
Oh, yeah,
mug
there'll be
me.
snorts every now and then.
Oh, yeah.
We're not editing them out because that's part of your personality and we love it.
Okay. Thank you, Connor. I've not had that. I've had a stalker, though. I've had a few stalkers.
You have.
And it's been quite scary at points. As a female musician, I've had quite a few people. What they don't realise is my number on my business card is a work phone.
True.
Which means that quite a few people have access to that work phone, including me, mum, and other people who help out with social media and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I get loads of unpleasant pictures.
Yeah.
I get dick pics.
Yeah, this is why I don't have Snapchat. I was saying to you like the other day, I didn't really figure out how to use Snapchat. I didn't know what the point of it was. So I just sort of accepted anyone that added me and I received a dick pic and deleted it. And I've not got the app back since.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Mainly because Instagram just killed Snapchat.
Yeah.
It's like it just saw that Snapchat were doing stories. Instagram took over and just made it 100 times better, didn't they?
Yeah, it really did.
We're going to do like a whole episode of like being a female in the music industry, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm going to be taking a back seat on that one. That's all for you.
Yeah. let the girls handle that one.
We run the world,
girls. Yeah. But I mean, I've had stalkers. So I was at a gig, and there was a guy that had been stalking me for quite a while, and he lived in London apparently. And
that's quite a commitment to come and see you, isn't it?
I know, but he didn't actually see me. It was really weird. So all of a sudden on my work phone pinged and I was on my break. And I just got a picture of the car park of the
Which
place
is really,
that I was
really
in.
weird.
And then this guy messaged me and was like, hey, is this your car? And I was like, no, because it wasn't my car. I was
Thankfully.
like, no, but it was the car park. Like, you could see the pub in the
Equally
background and
scary.
everything. It was really weird. And I asked him if he was at the gig, because I was a bit concerned and a bit scared. And he said, no, not now. And I was like, oh my God, like, it's a scary thing.
It is scary.
Social media is a really weird place anyway. Anyone can be anybody.
It is.
I've had quite a few people as well who've pretended to be me, which has been a bit weird.
That's an episode.
Yeah. I mean, and so it's a bit weird when there's people that, as well.
Because we put ourselves out there.
We do.
We do.
We do. And I know that if you put yourself out there, you should kind of...
expect that and be prepared.
Be prepared for things like that. You should never really expect it, because people should be people, and people should realise that...
should be decent and nice.
Being weird like that is just not a good thing to
It's
be.
not.
And I mean, he was a proper stalker. I mean, he told me his love for me and stuff. And I mean, what am I going to be like? By the way, if you're listening, it didn't work, and it will never work.
Very true. I love the little passive aggressive. Just to seal the deal.
I know. It's just like it was just weird. And I blocked this person's number. And I screenshotted all of the messages and stuff.
Good plan.
Yeah, it was just really odd, and it's really unsettling, especially when you're gigging on your own.
And especially when it's something that you love so much. Like gigging, I honestly, during this lockdown, I've missed gigging so much.
Yeah, I have.
And when it's something you love, I've heard this phrase so many times, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. So I don't... Even though gigging is work, I don't consider it work, because I love what I do, because it's not hard work for me.
No.
Well, sometimes it is. Depends if I'm playing in certain towns. But when something like that, which they're clearly trying to put you off of it, that can be really unsettling. But
I mean, I think my brother told me this quote. Sometimes people are too stupid to understand how stupid they are.
yes. I like that.
And I think that person was probably that.
Yeah.
I think he was probably too stupid to realise how stupid he was.
I like that. That should be on a t-shirt. It's like, you'll probably hear loads of Office references, because I love The Office. And there's this scene where he goes, if I ever think about doing something, I think, would a stupid person do that? If a stupid person would do it, I do not do that thing. And I think that's the way that all people should think. Like, especially during lockdown now, should I go to the pub? Should I go town without a face mask? No. Stay
Should
at
you
home.
go to the pub? Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Create your own pub at home.
Yeah, virtual pub. Zoom pub.
A Zoom pub.
Zoom pub.